David here. Thank you for watching Crazy Narcissist Ex-Girlfriend. This is a Q&A video. I'm answering questions that you guys asked in the last Q&A video down in the comment section. Any questions you have this time, go down in the comment section, ask, and I will answer them in the next Q&A video. Okay? First, I want to say I have a music playlist on the channel. You go into the playlist and you'll see music. It's a bunch of narcissistic, borderline, psychopath songs. They're pretty cool. The list is growing. I think it's somewhere around 100 songs now. So any ideas you guys have, any songs you think fit this topic, subject, please send it to me. Just put it in the comment section. You can just tell me what it is. I'll look it up and add it to it, okay? And any questions you guys have, if you can, state where you're from. So what country you're from, what state, you can keep it general. Doesn't have to be specific, but I like to hear it. I think other people do too. So let's start right off the bat. Kaza O from the UK. There was a debate in our support group about how bad awareness is and how do I think it will ever get out there. You know, it's a huge problem. It's a huge, huge problem because it's so hard to talk about. It's not something you can really see as far as the abuse. And if it hasn't happened to you, it's so hard to understand. So I think one way it's going to happen is you start having people that are important talking about it. So, you know, no one really cares about any of us that it happens to, but maybe they'll care about, you know, somebody important, somebody famous. So I would love to see, and I'm trying to do this actually, I'd like to see a celebrity come up and start talking about this, about what happened to them. I'd like to see them be upfront and you know, talk about what happened to them, their experience, about what a narcissist has done to them and how bad it is. And if people like that start talking about it, people will listen. Just an idea. Jessica S. I would love to hear your thoughts on the most recent case involving the girl that talked her boyfriend into suicide. For those of you that haven't heard of it, I'll put the maybe I'll put it up here. Or I guess it'd be over here. A link to the story. It's horrible, and it's so common. I've talked about this many times, and I believe that mine wanted me to kill myself. They're sadistic, man. They love to watch your pain, and they love to be responsible for it. You kill yourself in their name and they would love it, I believe. This story is about they're pretty young, I believe they're teenagers, and it seems like she's not crazy. It seems like she's a psychopath, narcissist, something like that. She talks her boyfriend into killing himself. And this has happened over time. This wasn't immediate. And they found text messages. What happened is this guy, this teenager kid, boy, wanted to kill himself, and she was telling him to do it. And even when he had doubts, she said, stop doubting yourself. You always have excuses to not do this. Just fucking do it. And they're on the phone for 45 minutes beforehand. She even texted him, just go through it, just do it. It's sick. It's just horrible, man. It's horrible. I feel for this young kid that went through this. He even had second thoughts and halfway through it stopped and said, I'm scared. And she said, just do it, do it, do it. So she's on trial for 20. She's on trial facing up to 20 years. There's 80-something% of people believe that she should get full sentence. So go check out the story if you're interested. It's pretty interesting. That's what narcissists do. Not all of them, obviously. It's the toxic, you know, sadistic ones that get off on your pain. And it's not that they just want everyone to kill themselves. It's because of them. They want you to do it because of them. Total validation. Total validation. It lets you know that you're in control, that, you know, you're not the fucked up one. They must be. It's like, no, you made them do that. Thanks, Jessica, for that story. It's a good story. Blessed Butterfly. Just a comment. Talking about them after no contact is necessary. And I added this because it's very important. You go to therapists and stuff like that, eventually they'll be like, okay, stop talking about them, let's talk about you. And people don't understand that there is so much manipulation going on, so much cognitive dissonance, that victims of this don't know what's going on. They don't know the whole truth. So they need to talk about this and process what really happened and come up with the correct reactions and emotions. So it's extremely important to talk about these people. Hey, hot stuff from the UK. How can I know if someone is sincere or a narcissist? Well, it's hard. It is. And, over time, that's something that you can know. But right away, you may not know. And you don't have to trust anyone also. You don't have to believe anyone. You don't have to trust anyone. So, just don't trust them if you don't want to. I know it's tough. It's difficult. Psychopaths and stuff fool doctors and scientists every day. Narcissists do too. So it's extremely tough, hot stuff. But the important thing to know or to watch out for, make sure their words match their actions. If they're saying this and they're doing that, then something's not right. Okay, then you know they're not sincere. You know not to believe them. Mike Jones from Ontario, Canada. Why do narcs constantly abandon and run away from people who give them narc injury? Criticism. Well, it's touching their shame. Narcissists are shame-based. They're based in shame. Their identity is their shame. It's not about it's not about the things that really happen to them. It's how they feel about it. They feel like, all this abuse that happened to them, neglect, whatever it was, they feel horrible. They feel like shit. They feel like they're less than human, less than people. So what do? They become bullies. They try to become better than you. Anything you do that touches on that shame, they can't take. And that is a good way to get rid of them. Shame them. Leche por favor, or leche por favor, in Colorado, but from California. I was going to move home after my divorce, but learned about narcissism and realized it's in my family too. So you got out of this narcissistic relationship and it was horrible. The divorce was horrible. You wanted to go home to your parents, which is a good thing to do, unless they're narcissists. So I'm glad that you found out, that one of them or both of them are narcissists, because you'll just go right into another toxic environment. And you guys know, I tell you, step one, make a safe, free, toxic-free environment. Yeah. So you go back into, it doesn't matter if you get away from the person that damaged your brain, and you go back and live with some other narcissists that damage your brain, right? They cause stress. Toxic people cause stress. Doesn't matter. Samuel Gergen. I was watching Sam Vaknin. He says narcs are mostly happy. Can you comment? I commented to you, Samuel, down there. I replied. And, that's why we don't listen to narcissists. And that's why you need to understand that Sam Vaknin is a narcissist. He's disordered. He's dishonest. And the other thing is he's only talking about his perspective. Maybe he's happy. I doubt it. I've watched a lot of tapes of him. I've seen him behind camera and stuff. He's a fucking asshole. Total rude piece of shit. How he treats people. I don't know how someone like that could be happy. And I don't believe narcissists are happy. When you guys say that you see them happy with somebody else or whatever, it's all bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. They aren't happy. That's why they can't keep jobs and relationships. That's depressing for anybody. Anyone. Dysfunction is depressing. They cannot connect with people. They cannot love. They cannot receive love. They cannot have anything long-lasting. Nothing. It's just all shit. It's all shit. Sam Vaknin, happy? All right. If you say so, Sam. Ginny Mack. Are there patterns of discard? Does the hoover get longer in time? I will put up some links to some of my videos where I talk about this. Yes, there's patterns of discard. The hoover, the hoover could get longer in time, each hoovering. Basically, there's so many factors. But the normal thing is they discard you and they hoover you about 6 months to a year, sometimes a year and a half even. But yeah, there's kind of patterns, but there's just too many factors involved. What is the person like they're with now? Do they get bored with them and come right back to you? Are they a huge resource of funds? They'll put up with a lot of shit from somebody if they're picking up the tab for everything, right? They'll stay with them a longer time. And the hoovers, basically, because they got bored with the person they're with now. They come back to you. Jeanette Jordan. So when a narc is love bombing in the beginning, it's not love, it's not love. So she's asking, you know, in the beginning of the relationship, all this love bombing and all this excitement and stuff, it seemed like they're in love, didn't it? Totally. But when it was over, did it seem like they're in love? No. When they devalue you and tell you you're a piece of shit, does it seem like they're in love? No. So they're not in love. They're excited. There's something that happens in humans called pair bonding in the beginning of a relationship, and a little bit of idealizing is normal. Infatuations, being attracted to somebody, all these things raise and drop chemicals and hormones in your brain, makes you really fucking excited, and narcissists get that too. It's not love. It's just excitement. They're excited to be around a new person. All that attention they're getting and all that bullshit they can do to you. That's it. Michael from Pennsylvania, can someone become a narcissist at age 16 from like sex abuse? People can become narcissists, not just as children. They can become narcissists older in age. And I would imagine, yes, enough abuse at 16 can cause that, because we're not fully emotionally developed until we're at least 18. At least, probably going into college now. We're not emotionally developed yet. Fully emotionally developed. So at age 16, you're not emotionally fully developed. That kind of abuse, I would imagine, could make you a narcissist. Yes, I believe it's possible. It's possible in, 40, 50, 60-year-olds that have certain head traumas. They become narcissists after that. Anka Ryan, I'm a bit nervous to see my ex. I don't want him to know how much the discard affected me. What should I do? You don't have to do anything. You just walk away. That's it. Don't react. You let him wonder what that means. So you don't need to get upset. You don't need to cry. You don't need to yell. You don't need to swear at him. You don't need to fight with him. You don't need to act tough. You don't need to make fun of him. You don't need to say, I know what you are, blah, 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 blah. Because the fact that you would even take a second to say, oh, I know what you are, blah, 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 means you care. Right? Means you care. Real revenge is just not caring anymore. No emotional attachment whatsoever. I have none for my ex anymore. It's been many years, and I could care less. And if I saw her, she would know. She'll see that I don't give a shit. And that's revenge. Rain Freedom. What if my what if my best friend got annihilated by a narc? She's afraid. And now she met a cool guy she likes, but is a little skittish. And the cool guy she met is a little skittish too. But I know they're soulmates. And they just won't accept it. What should I do? Well, you're an awesome friend, caring. That's great. She's lucky to have you. What should you... That's a good question. I don't think you need to do too much. Don't let her throw away a good relationship because she's scared. Don't let her do that, but I don't think she's gonna. She's just scared. And this is all normal. Just be there for her, listen to her. And like I said, don't let her throw away something good. Okay? Good question. Thank you. Care Bear. Do I think my ex watches my videos, and how do you think she handles it? I don't think she watches my videos. I don't think she's found them yet at all. I don't think so. But she's going to for a fact real soon, because I am publishing my website and my Facebook professional page, and we have tons and tons of mutual friends. She's going to find out like within 24 to 48 hours of that. And how do I think she'll handle it? I think it'll be one big panic attack for her, honestly. I've talked to narcissists, and they said that she would appreciate the attention and that it's all about her. But she could think that, but I'm not giving her any recognition. I don't give a fuck about her. I'm talking about the monster she is, and I'm talking about all the other monsters that do this shit. She's a sick fuck. I don't need to say her name, not because I'm scared, because I don't need to give her anything. Her name or who she is, everybody that knows us knows who she is, and they'll know who I'm talking about. How she handles it, I don't give a shit. If she wants to sit and watch my videos and think that she's special, that we're talking about her, go ahead. It's great what we're saying. Darnell Jones, are more successful people narcissistic? I think so. I've thought about this, Darnell, since I wrote this down, and I think so. It seems like it. You have obvious politicians, actors, stuff like that, lawyers, doctors that are very narcissistic. But you know, every successful. I guess you'd have to measure success. Is that $100,000 a year? Is it BMW like it used to be? But you know, people that are high up in companies, bosses, they seem so narcissistic, and you kind of have to be. And I've ran big companies. I've had lots of employees work for me. I wouldn't be surprised if I might have seemed narcissistic before, because you have to be. You have to be a hard ass to be successful. In a company, you can't play around. It's not personal. And I'm really good at separating the two. I've been screwed over and I separated the two. I didn't take it personal. But yeah, you know, people are becoming more narcissistic. Society is in general. So being successful, more people narcissistic. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Monica Till, my ex-narc cheated on his first wife, me, and then she. Okay, so Monica saying her husband cheated on his first wife and cheated on girlfriend and then cheated on her, and is now with the person that he cheated on her with. So the new supply, the person that he cheated on you with, he's with her now. After 2 years, you want to know, when will the discard come, so that you know, so you can be validated he's a narcissist. It may not come. She might be really good at putting up with the abuse. He might be really good because she has so much money. He's putting up with her bullshit. They're not her bullshit, but he's putting up with not loving her. You know, he's staying with her because of the money. Maybe he's staying with her for hopes of a house or job or business. You know what I mean? There's just too many factors in this. You don't need to worry about that. I guarantee you it's going to end. I guarantee you she's fucking getting fucked with. I guarantee you he's not happy. He's probably going to contact you again, and you'll know by that. So I'll wait for him to contact you again, I guess. Thanks, Monica. Chris Saint, do you have the tips for controlling and repelling narcs when no contact is not an option due to children? You know, Chris, the best thing to do is what they call gray rock. We all know that, right? So it's no emotions. You don't fight with them. You don't talk about anything else but the children. No, I don't care if they try and drag you down. I don't care if they're late all the time picking up the kids, or late dropping them off so you have to wait forever. Everything's an inconvenience. You don't react. You deal with it through the lawyers, through the courts. Not with the children, not with him, not with her. You know, you have to keep focused. You cannot react emotionally. You have to stick up for yourself, but everything has to be just this. You run it like a business. You just run it like a business. Sarah A. from Alberta, Canada. I'm confused. My ex seems somatic, but he gets non-sexual, strong, intensity, no passion. My guess, Sarah, is he's borderline. Check it out. That's what borderlines do. They use sex as a weapon. They use their bodies as a tool, and they will be so fucking sexual, and then they will withhold sex from you, and then they'll go cheat on you while they withhold sex from you, and they're just, yeah, check it out. I think that's the problem. From AZ, why does it appear my ex-narc can recover from all the destruction and damage he causes, but acts like a victim? Does karma catch up to him? Well, he's fooling himself. He believes his bullshit that he is a victim, that everything that happens is somebody else's fault. You know, and that's why people that do that never change. They never change their shit. He acts like a victim. It's all a bunch of psychology. Does karma catch up to him? Of course it does. He's not happy about having a destructive relationship with you. You know, he's not happy that relationships don't work out and everybody hates him. Scared of him and hates him. Karma, I mean, if you were to take him, if you were to take you and him in your situation, happened in a town of 100 people, would karma catch up to him? Yeah. Because everybody would know. You don't burn bridges. Okay? He burns bridges. He meets a group of people, fucks someone over, they all know what he is, and moves on. He doesn't have people that will help him, be there for him, listen to him. You know? That's karma. He's unhappy. He's miserable. He's disordered. Okay? Alicia Robertson from BC, Canada, from British Columbia, Canada. My ex-narc feared depression and not being able to pull himself out of it. He also worried about being bipolar. Do they know they're sick? Well, first of all, Alicia, he has borderline. These are all common things of borderline. He's deep depression, psychotic episodes, misdiagnosis, bipolar, up and down, strong emotions. Do they know they're sick? Yes. But they don't think of it as sick. You know, a borderline might. A borderline that's not narcissistic will understand that they have problems and go get help and can get cured pretty easily. But the narcissism, they don't know they're sick. They don't believe there's anything wrong with them. It's egocentric. They believe everything is wrong with you. They know they're different, though. They know what they're doing to you is wrong. Lisa Driver. I hope I said that right. From Fresno, California. Husband cheated with a friend. He told me he's not happy. Doesn't know why. Maybe he is a bad person. He looks happy with her now. I know it's not really a question. I just wanted to read it and help you. He's messed up. He's not happy with her. It's just a new person that doesn't know who he is yet. She's going to find out who he is, and he's going to be depressed again, unhappy, and believe that he's a bad person again. And it's all bullshit. He doesn't give a shit about being a bad person. Carl Marr. What are signs you're ready to date again? Good question, Carl. Signs that you're ready to date again. First, that you're healed from your relationship, right? So your stress levels are down. Your reactions to stress and anger and stuff like that are mellow. They're not over the top. Not everything seems to bother you and overwhelm you. Those kind of things. To know that you're healthy again. You also need to learn about boundaries, and you can test these out. And if you are still letting people walk all over you and you have a hard time telling people to stop doing that, then you're not ready for dating again. Right? Yona, is being a sex offender a sign or symptom of cluster B? For sure, Yona. Sex offenders with children, child sex offenders that aren't crazy, I guarantee you, a ton of them are cluster B. I would say antisocial, narcissists. It's a sick fucking thing. And narcissists anyways don't have many boundaries. You know, they sleep with their sisters and brothers. They sleep with their mothers and fathers. They won't be gay. You'll know they don't act gay, seem gay, but they'll go have a gay sexual encounter. They're like trisexuals. They'll try anything. Jolly Roger. My ex BPD NPD is marrying after 1 year. Does she love him? And generally, what time frame does this relationship last? Well, I kind of answered that again in another reply. The time frame usually 6 months to a year, but there's too many factors that could happen. You don't know. You don't really know. No, she doesn't love him. She didn't love you. She doesn't love anybody. She doesn't love anybody. She won't love him. No. It's going to end eventually. It depends how much he can take and how much she can stand not being bored and not being sick of him. That's it. Yarnaholic. My ex has a prettier, younger, skinnier girlfriend than me. Does this make his new relationship better? You know, that's sad, Yarnaholic. That's a sad thing for you to say. I doubt that his new one is prettier, younger, and skinnier. But either way, that's your question. Does this make his relationship better? It stimulates him more, I guess. That's not the main reason they date people. It's more of an intimate, emotional reason. You know, they're attracted to people that of high status, that can increase their status. They're attracted to people with money that can pay for stuff. They're attracted to strong people that have friends and family and stuff like that. Healthy, good, nice, loving people, forgiving, stuff like that. I don't know. You know, I mean, that's such a small factor to make the relationship better. Better is only able for him to abuse and control more. I don't know, you know, but don't worry about it, okay? Just be glad that he's not with you anymore, all right? Wayne Norman. Have you heard of narcs poisoning their victims to make them sick? I used to get sick with migraines a couple times a month. Now never. So Wayne was getting sick all the time, and migraines a couple times a month, the whole relationship. And as soon as she's not around, he doesn't get sick anymore. Yes, I've talked about this a couple times. They do this. I think it's, Munchausen by proxy, Munchausen syndrome by proxy. They will poison, in many cases, they will poison their own children just for attention from the doctors. They'll poison you to keep you sick. Yeah, totally have heard of it. Big time, Wayne. I'm glad you're away from her. Allie Bartlett. After healing, when is the time needed and how long from all the narcs? So what I say to people in the beginning is make your stress-free environment away from all narcissists. How do you know it's okay to be around narcissists? Because eventually you have to, right? Good question, Allie. It's when you're healing, just like I said to another guy, another comment, when your stress levels are down, your anger, your reaction to anger and all that stuff are better, and you learn boundaries. When you can tell people not to do something to you that doesn't feel good, that's when you're starting to get ready. Ms. J, have you ever heard of narcissists educating themselves to be better at it? Oh, hell yeah, they do. That's why you don't take them to therapy, because it won't do any good. That's why you don't tell them they're a narcissist, because they'll look that shit up and they'll figure out, oh, fuck, that's what I am. Oh, well, at least I'm something now, and there's a lot of other people like me. Oh, and, who cares? Oh, this is how you become better at it. Oh, look at all these terms. Yeah. Full on. You don't tell them shit. They don't need to know. The Flavia 9. When you unmasked the cerebral, gone no contact, resisted their hoovering, can I find comfort in their narc injury? Oh, hell yes you can. That's awesome. Good job. Good fucking job. You unmasked them, you fucking gave them no contact, discarded them, and you resisted all hoovers. Oh, yeah. They're a fucking, just a little child cowering in the corner, feeling like shit, basting in their shame. They know they're a piece of shit. Good job. Perfect. Step chicken. How unusual is it for narcs to recognize other narcs and talk about them with us like Vaknin in HG? I don't know how common it is. I think it's more common than not. And I just think that there's a lot of narcissists out there who don't know what they are. And they still might not even understand it if you try and tell them. They'll just deny it and shit. They won't listen. They won't try to relate with people like that. They don't want to be. But for the most part, yeah, I've talked to narcissists, just like HG, just like Vaknin. I've talked to other narcissists about the things they've been doing to people, and they're completely consciously aware of this. You guys, I'm not making this shit up. I'm not guessing. Okay, I've helped so many people. I've listened to so many hundreds of stories from people. And I've talked to many confessed narcissists. This is what they're telling me. This is the information they're giving me, and it makes sense. I put it all together with my experience and everything. It all makes sense. They're totally aware of what they're doing, guys. They know what the fuck they're doing to you. They just don't care. They're doing it on purpose. It's not they don't. It's like when you went to the store and filled up your car with gasoline because it was about to run out, did you know what you were doing? That's the wrong question. Obviously, you know what the fuck you're doing. You didn't let the car run out of gas. You went to a gas station. You gave them, $100 fucking to fill it up. You know what I mean? They know what they're doing. Crispy Fort. After narc relationship, I'm afraid of becoming a pathetic puppet again the next time somebody tells me they love me. I understand that. But most people seem to be scared. So scared of it that they lose relationships when they're educated. A lot of us aren't educated. We go back to the same relationships. But once we're educated, we usually don't. I don't think that's going to be a problem for you. I think narcissism alone should turn you off. You should be deathly afraid. I'm not saying you should be, but after a relationship, people are so afraid of them. They usually don't start relationships for a while. They usually don't get involved with people and worry about that. They basically will end good relationships with good people. I think that's more common. Work on your boundaries, honey. Love yourself, okay? Figure out why you got into these relationships. Stay single long enough so there's a little bit of a barrier between the abusive relationship and someone good, the next person. Have that little space in there to work on yourself. And don't be scared. You have nothing to be scared of. Nothing, okay? Just educate yourself. Thanks, guys. That's it. Thank you so much. This is getting great. Lots of questions every week. I'm able to stay up on top of this every week with tons of new questions. This is so fucking awesome. So you guys keep them coming. Keep the questions in. If you like the video, please give me a like, a thumbs up. Okay. Any questions you have, go down there and ask me. I'll answer them in the next video. If you like the video and you want to see more and you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Okay. And share this with somebody else you think they can help. I'm also putting all the questions down into the comment box. All the questions in all the videos. You can go back. I might do them all someday, but I've gone back several weeks now and done this. So you guys can go back through videos and see what kind of questions are being asked. Okay? All right? Thank you so much. Love yourself first. All right? We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.